What's going on today, boys? Got my lovely episode 10 guest here, former teammate and probably a lifelong friend. We'll see how the Yankees Red Sox series will go this year. But Matt Gonyeau, what's up, big boy? How we doing?
Joe, how we doing?
Oh, dude, fantastic, man, fantastic. Maddie, I won't really introduce you, for yourself. Kind of just walk me through, where you're at in your career. Just yeah, I mean, how you got to this point.
Yeah. So I'm going to my senior year of college, at VSE Lyndon. Yeah. No, just kind of went through getting to this point. I would say I feel like I did what every other kid did. I went through Little League, fell in love with the game. From then I like growing up, I was a small kid, so I kind of fell behind once I got to high school. So I started
Yeah.
working out, got bigger, and started, COVID hit. That was crazy. That's how I got into the weight room.
Sure.
So that uh getting to high school, didn't really have a lot of offers coming out of high school. When it came to college, I think I only had three or four D3 schools reach out to me. I picked Lyndon, close to home, good financial. I kind of liked where what the team was during the time. Thought I'd get a lot of playing time. Figured out college ball and high school ball were very different. And then yeah, no, just kind of kept grinding, kept trusting the process, and here we are.
Yeah, for sure, man. I remember when you were a little kid freshman year. Now you're a senior. It's crazy.
Time flies.
Yeah, time flies. So what do you fall ball's coming up. Like what's how's the vibes, I know you just had a pretty big summer. We'll get into that a little later, but how's the vibes, going into fall ball, for the
Uh,
fellas?
for the fellas, yeah, no. I think going in fall, I mean, every fall is interesting in its own way. I think it's kind of weird that's being a senior in the fall. I can remember being a freshman in the fall. It felt like yesterday, so it's kind of weird last fall playing in it. But no, it should be good. I'm excited to see a lot of the guys. Checked in with a lot of them, seeing how their summers are going. But yeah, no, it should be good. I'm ready to compete and ready to figure out what this team's gonna look like heading into the spring.
Sir, you guys gotta start kicking some ass, man. I mean,
I know, dude.
got to get the fellas back in gear. Got to get in the playoffs
Gotta
this
get
year.
the balls back
Got
into
to get in the
gear.
playoffs. So, yeah, man, that'd be awesome. So you so your freshman year, obviously, you know, I mean, you were a strong kid, but what kind of when you first got to Lyndon, like what was your mindset or like routine that when you first got here and how it changed?
Yeah, so as a freshman, again, I won't lie. I thought the reason why I didn't get any like big time D1, like I was an all state athlete coming out of high school. So I thought, I thought I'd have like D1 offers showering in on me, but not true at all. So when I got to Linden, I thought, well, I'm gonna be here for a year, go D1, go where I should be. And that D3 ball kicked my butt a lot. So I think that definitely shook my confidence a lot.
Yeah.
It was a big mental struggle for me, just kind of because I had always been, again, going through high school, I was kind of felt like I was the man on the team. I was always in the lineup, and then D3, or even in college, there's five other guys who are just as good, if not better than you are. So it was a big kind of shock, kind of a reality check for me, which I needed. I needed to be humbled. So going through that, so I would say after that, I figured out that, this is high school ball. This isn't participation, show up and you're going to play every day. It's best players going to play the most. So that summer I put in a lot of work. Actually going into sophomore year, I mean, you know this, but Steve was a senior catcher that year. He left, and our other catcher decided he didn't want to play baseball anymore. So we had to figure out who our new catcher was going to be. So I transitioned from outfield to catching for the first time, which
Yeah.
I need that. Catching for me, again, I don't catch as much as I used to anymore, but catching's a position where you really have to focus on the team, not yourself. Like you're always doing something, whether it's trying to figure out pitching strategy with your pitchers, talking with your infield, shouting out situational plays, which I needed that. I felt like my freshman year, I was too focused on myself. Like whenever I had a bad at bat, I'd go out to the outfield and be like, wow, that was terrible. I just kind of marinate in that a lot. catching, you can't do that. You got to focus on the pitcher. You got to do your job. And I feel like once I figured that out, it really helped me kind of calm down and just allowed me to play my game. And it's only gone up from there.
Yeah, I mean, of course. I mean, we all know, your freshman year, like all the lessons you probably learned, but what's like the biggest thing you probably learned that went into your sophomore year? I mean, you let's be real here. Like sophomore year, you were definitely a different player, but you weren't the player you were this past year, obviously. But like you took a big leap. But what was like that lesson that got you to like sophomore year being like one of our better players, and then this past year being probably our best player?
I would definitely say just for me, again, kind of honing back on doing your job. Everybody
Yeah.
on the field has their what they have to do, and I think again, I can get caught up in my own head a lot more than I probably should be. So kind of simpling things down and just telling myself to do your job really helped me out a lot. So just focusing on the team, what the team needs. Again, really simplified things, calmed me down a lot, and just allowed me to play my game.
Yeah, yeah. And then were you always just a big kid though? Like, I mean, you were even your freshman year. I remember the first time I ever saw you in the weight room, like you were putting up like 80s on we were doing dumbbell floor press and you were doing like 80, like 6 or 7. I'm like, dude, I can't even do 75s for like 6. Like, were you always just that big kid in the weight room in high school too?
Not at all. I would say, like, I think going into my freshman year, I was not very big at all. I want to say I was like 5'2", maybe 100 pounds. Like I was not a very big
Wow.
kid. I didn't start getting into the weight room until honestly, again, COVID was a struggle for a lot of people, but I needed that a lot to I don't know, that isolation from everybody and just having so much free time really helped me get into the weight room a lot. So yeah, that's when I really started getting in the weight room. I think then is when so COVID happened the spring of my sophomore year of high school. So that season got canceled. And it was kind of around there where I figured out everybody else is getting better but me. So let's figure out what I need to do to be able to compete with them, if not be better than them. So weight room was definitely a big thing because I was kind of always a scrawny kid growing up. Like I wasn't big. I was like I can remember in Little League, I was a contact hitter. Like I'd bat lead off or ninth, just kind of be a slappy, get on base kind of guy. So I wanted to change that. I didn't just kind of I wanted to evolve my game, and I think the weight room was definitely a huge part of that. So yeah, no, I would say definitely junior years when I was consistently in the weight room, and it's only gone up from then. I really enjoyed the weight room. At first, I got into it because of baseball, but now I just like it for overall just wellness and just everyday life. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Obviously, the weight room's it's a big part of like baseball players' life. A lot of people don't understand that. I mean, it's more of like it's different than bodybuilding, but it's still like I think it's a big factor in why a lot of baseball players go pro. I mean, it's huge. And then obviously like your velocity like went up too. So kind of walk me like what was your velocity in high school? Like how did that transcend? Was that weight room and mechanics or
I would definitely say that I think weight room plays a part of everything with that baseball. Definitely mechanics. I in high school I probably only sat mid 70s. It wasn't a very big I didn't understand anything mechanically wise. Like I
yeah.
thought like when I heard in high school when I heard the term like using the slope and working downhill, I thought that just meant like kind of falling like top half down towards the plate. Like I didn't use my lower half at all. It was strictly upper half only. I don't think I started understanding like I I'm still a work in progress when it comes to lower half mechanics, but I didn't really start thinking about it until freshman year of college when I had you kind of explained it to me. Again, as a freshman, I didn't understand a single thing when it came to like singing to your back hip and just like using your lower half. It was kind of like a foreign language to me. I didn't understand it at all. And then once I did, and I still am, like mobility. I mean, you and I both know about my mobility. It was not pretty. It still isn't pretty, but it's got come a long ways. So just kind of understanding that and how you can use it to your advantage is huge. Like now I'm sitting over the summer, I think I was sitting mid 80s, topped out 88 on the mound. So just understanding that and how you can use it to your benefit is huge.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. I mean, it's a big part of like why players, gain velocity and everything. I mean, you see it in big leaguers. You saw it in Miles Michaelis when he gained 5 miles an hour in a couple weeks. So yeah, that was a big part. Would you say that in your sophomore year, did you think when you started catching and took over that role instead of playing the outfield? Because it seemed like you were a little timid in the outfield in your freshman year, like even overall, like when you like you said, like staying in the game when as a catcher, was it more rewarding when you were like, okay, like now the team relies on me and now I'm like I get that confidence. Was that a boost for you for sure?
Definitely. I always felt like I was like in the outfield, you can go an entire game without having any action. So it's really easy to get kind of disconnected with the game. So kind of like what we talked about earlier, catching, you're always involved in the play, whether it's pitch calling, talking with pitchers, infield, whatever you want. You're definitely engaged more with the game throughout all 9 innings, which again, for me was a huge definitely a huge benefit in my situation, just trying to gain confidence and just kind of get my mind off of things I didn't need to think about. Like if I had a bad game, like I was always more concerned with how's my pitcher doing? What do I need to do to help him out more? So yeah, no, catching definitely helped me out a lot when it came to that aspect.
Yeah. I mean, it showed on the field. You played. You were awesome. I mean, one of our better younger guys. And then like kind of leading in like so your sophomore year summer going into junior year, like what did you do offensively? Like what was your routine on a day-to-day basis or just in the weight room as well? Like what were you doing to get to that next like big jump to your career?
Yeah, definitely. So I would say my biggest struggles. So sophomore year, I want to say I hit a little over 280. It was a good season, but it definitely left a lot on the table. My biggest thing offensively, I'm still working on it now. It's come a long ways, but it was more of hitting through the ball and using backspin to your advantage. Like I would say my sophomore year, I was a big contact guy. Like I'd be able to get singles, I'd be able to draw a walk. I was a good on base guy. So, but I knew I had again at that point, I knew I was a stronger guy on the team and I could use my strength to uh, put the ball in the gas and create more um, just get more extra base hits for our team. So my biggest thing throughout going into my junior year was just working on extending through the ball and just utilizing my lower half better. Again, we talk about mechanics and how important it is, but not understanding it is you can leave a lot on the table if you don't understand how to use your lower half to your advantage. So that was my biggest thing going into my junior year. And that's again, it showed I ended up getting way more hits my junior year than my sophomore year, but I got more doubles, more triples, and was just able
Yeah.
to drive better.
I think you had the most triples and doubles on the team this past year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so that's awesome. I mean, obviously tough year for the fellas, but obviously you went from 283 to 352, which is that's a lot.
No, it was a big jump.
That's a
Yeah.
big that's a big jump for sure, especially in like one season, I would say. Maybe in two
Hmm.
seasons be more realistic, but yeah, I mean, so when you were a freshman like and you went through slumps, like I think you only had like 15 or 20 at bats. When you went through those slumps, what was your mindset different from when you went in the slumps like your junior and sophomore year?
I would definitely say so. I was definitely a lot more self-oriented my freshman year. I was a lot more of performance based, which you can get away with but it can also it's a double-edged sword. Like when you're all about me and you're doing good, it's great. Like you can feel like you can't do no wrong. But when you're doing bad, it can lead to big spiral downhill. So like my freshman year, I remember it was like my thought process when I was in the box was don't strike out, don't strike out, don't strike out, gotta hit it, gotta hit it. It was a lot of I gotta do this, gotta do that, compared to my sophomore year and my junior year, where it was more of if this guy leaves me a fastball with the play, I'm gonna crush it. It was a lot more self confidence my sophomore and junior year, just because I fear of failing is a huge thing in baseball. I definitely was a victim of it. I still am, but definitely my freshman year it was a lot more of fear of failing because I wasn't getting as many reps in games because I wasn't playing as well. So when you have that limited amount of time to perform as well as you want to in games, you start to feel it a lot more when you are in there, which can lead to not playing as well compared to my last 2 years where it was, all right, this guy's gonna give me something I can hit. Let's drive it, have some fun.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, man. I wish I had that mindset my first 3 years, honestly, like because I was that same way. I was always, and not that I'm comparing like our careers or anything like that, but it's like, I would go out there and I'd be like, don't walk this guy, don't give up a run, don't give up a hit. It's like you're putting yourself in a situation where you're already like hearing failure. So when you hear failure, a lot of athletes don't understand. When you hear failure, you're like you're basically already toast for sure. And like when you can get over that hump, and I wish a lot of players like don't get the way that I was like that. I hope that they don't ever have to get over a hump of like, well, it's like I don't want to fail here in front of a coach, in front of a bunch of players, and I just look like an idiot. It's more like, let's just go after this guy. Let's just go get a hit. Let's just go kill this guy. Let's go, like it's like that positive reinforcement you need, I think, on a daily basis in baseball. Because it's such a failing game. This game, you fail 3 out of 10. I mean, you get 3 out of 10 hits in the big leagues, you're a Hall of Famer. You were probably not
Yeah.
anymore, but you were. And the same thing in
Mhm.
pitching. If you have a tough outing, I mean, if you just let it dwell on it, you're never going to go back on the mound with a confidence. So it's like you got to have that level-headed, mindset, and that's kind of how I wish I was. And I'm glad you got that early on in your career at college for sure. Um, so you went and played summer ball this past summer, and um, talk to me about the Syracuse Salt Cats a little bit. How that was.
Yeah, no, that was an awesome experience. I'm glad I did that. So pretty much it's a lot of collegiate guys, bunch of collegiate guys from all over the place. I thought it was going to be all New England guys or New York guys. We had guys from all over the place. It felt like a college team. Like we had guys from Texas, Kentucky, Florida. Like it was a lot of fun to be around all those guys. That I would say that's probably the most complete team I've ever been on. Like we had it was a good mix of different types of like levels of players. Like we had guys from D3, D2, D1. I think we had a couple JUCO bandits on there. Like it was pretty cool to see all those guys come together. And we won a lot of games. Like we ended up winning the championship. But that was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Would you say so? What did you learn the most? Like, obviously, you love the fellows from Lyndon, but like, let's be honest here. Like, the team you played on this past summer was completely, more talented. And like, no hate to the guys in the Ville, but that's just how it is. Like, what did you learn or what did you see that makes a difference than the guys that you play with, during the season in like the spring and the fall?
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I would say the overall intensity. Like these are D1 and D2 players, even like high end D3 players. They're here to win and they're here to play. And it's again, I would say it's definitely really cool to see people from different backgrounds kind of play. Like again, think about different mechanics of the game, different approaches at the game. Like we had I would say our best hitter was our catcher, and he would always look for first pitch slide, which I have never really heard of until like usually people they teach you to hit, you look for a fastball and then adjust for
Yeah.
off speed. But this guy thrived off of hunting sliders and adjusting to fastballs, which was really cool. It was also the competition that we faced was really good. Like I would say on a daily basis, we at least faced one guy probably throwing upper eights to lower nines consistently, and that with decent off speed stuff too, like D1 level pitchers. Like it was definitely a big adjustment compared to facing again in the NAC. You'll probably face again we do have better pitchers that can get up to those numbers, but for the most part, D3 you're probably going to face 80 to 85 with one or two okay off speed. So having to adjust to again higher end pitching is just it's a change, and especially doing that with a wood bat too. Like you can get misses with a metal bat and still be okay. You miss on a wood bat, you get a broken bat and you're out. So it's definitely
Yeah.
a big change when it's honestly a different game. Like it was having to
Yeah.
make those adjustments and just minor adjustments. It was a big change.
Yeah, I saw that you hit. Obviously, you played well. I think you hit like what 315 or something. Um, how was the adjusting to like that pitching? Like you talked about, the pitching was a lot better. And obviously, I think you hit a home run. I saw that. I mean, but like back to the what I was saying is like what was your mindset when you were facing better competition?
I would definitely say again, uh, better competition. You're gonna the pitches the mistakes dwindle down more and more. Again, pitchers are more honed in on their craft. They aren't going to make as many mistakes as you would expect them to. So when you do get a mistake, jump in as early as you can. So like when you're in college and you're facing a freshman who's fresh out of high school, they're going to make more mistakes compared to a more developed pitcher at a D2 or D1 level. So being able to find that mistake and then not miss it is huge. So I would say just being able to stick to an approach, because when you get a guy out there that's throwing five different pitches and can throw four of them for strikes whenever he wants to, is it can definitely be a lot very nerve wracking. Like I can remember my first at bat this summer, we had to face a lefty who was throwing 91, 92 with sink, and then he had a changeup and a curveball out along with it, and I was completely lost. I struck out looking. I think it was
Yeah.
not a so just being able to stick to an approach, kind of like what we've been talking about, not having the fear of failure, just being able to stick with your approach, do what you know you can do, and then just execute.
Yeah, I 100% agree. And yeah, that's awesome. I'm always rooting for you. So that's great, man. That was a great summer, obviously. And so you kind of took on like a leadership role. I wouldn't say like there wasn't any captains last year, but you were definitely one of the guys that everybody went to and talked to. Obviously, like I said, tough season this past year. What would you say like going into the fall? What are your like expectations for the guys on the team? Like, what are you trying to accomplish like as a culture and also just as like a leader on the team that's been here before and like knows how to win games, but adapting to new players. Like, what are you going to do to help the team, moving forward for sure?
Yeah, no, I would definitely say that I think from I guess a leadership standpoint is to I guess talking to younger guys, I'd say have them kind of buy into the process early. Like again, I'd be lying to you as a freshman when I was a freshman that I was bought into like having the team win and everything because I was playing bad. I'll admit to it, and I wasn't as concerned with the team as I should have been. But if you buy into what everybody else is doing, it's gonna go along a lot easier. We're gonna win a lot more ball games. Like honestly, my role this summer was kind of like that. I didn't like I would say I was more of a utility guy off the bench this summer. Which and when I did go in, I tried to make the most out of what I had. But because of that, I felt like played better as a whole. Everybody bought into that. And if we could do the same at Lyndon, that'd be awesome. So I think getting guys to buy in early is huge because once one guy disconnects from the team, it can have a ripple effect and it could change the course of the season. I mean, we've seen it before with teams in the past. Like it's once a couple of guys, like you get a group of guys who aren't connected with the team anymore, it can lead to team chemistry falling as a whole and losing ball games. So if we can get team intensity and just wanting to win as a group, I think we'll have a really good season.
Yeah, I would say so. So the off season, you would say, what are your like biggest goals going into maybe the like give me some goals that you have for the fall maybe and then like what are you looking for in the spring as you're in your last year? Like what's your biggest goal for sure?
Yeah, no, definitely. I would say, I mean, I would love to clinch a playoff spot. This team hasn't done it, and I honestly don't remember when. Probably, oof, geez, I don't know when. So if we could clinch a playoff spot, that'd be awesome. That's definitely one is to be definitely be able to get in there, and then to be able to make a deep as deep a deep playoff run would be awesome. But just getting there first is definitely first objective. But I mean, from an individual standpoint, I would say just keep doing what I've been doing. Just keep progressing. Like I know I have been. Like I'm gonna continue weight room ethic, continue off season, like hitting, throwing, all that stuff. So just on an individual level, just keep doing what I've been doing, and then just again keep trusting the process and keep progressing as a player. But I definitely say as a team, just being able to get to the playoffs would be huge.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I mean, I'd love to see you guys get in there for sure. What's your I know you played a tournament with Stu and Bobby. what's your I mean, there was a few freshmen that played or a few incoming freshmen. What are your thoughts like what are you saying to these young guys? I know we already kind of already talked about this. Like what are your first, initial thoughts of them and like first things you say to them to get them like, interested in the team and bought in, like you said, got to buy in.
Yeah, no, we definitely. I think we had one freshman commit coming in that we I played with this past week. Eric, awesome kid. He's a really good kid. I think what made it help even better is that we had other guys on the team. Like we had Ian Tremble and Sean Dutton on the team, which they're great team guys. So it's with kind of meshing them with Eric was awesome. So just kind of, I think getting to know them first before the season, I think was huge. I think just kind of understanding who they are as people before they get into the season. Like that tournament, it wasn't Lyndon baseball, so I wasn't trying to be too much of a you got to do this, got to do that. It was more of you're gonna get your reps, keep doing you. Like I definitely the tournament that we played at was a lot like the Syracuse competition that we faced. You're facing higher end D2 and D1 arms. Like it was, I think we played 3 days. I think, oh, I definitely 2 of the days we saw 90. I don't know about the third day, but it was definitely higher end pitching. And these guys had only been playing Legion ball in Vermont and New Hampshire, which again, you'll face good competition, but it wasn't like we saw that weekend. So a lot of our guys not so much struggle, but they weren't expecting that kind of high end pitching. So it was more of just reset, adjust, and playing your game. But no, I think these young guys are going to have a great season this year.
Yeah. Are we gonna see Matty Gons on the bump in the fall and the spring or what? Are we gonna see 90
Possibly,
we're gonna see, huh? We're gonna see you on the
yeah, no,
bump.
I'd be open to it. I've been throwing all summer. If that's what the team needs, I'm more than willing to do it. Yeah, no, I love to come in bottom of the ninth and shut things down. But if
Yeah.
what the team needs, so.
Yeah. That would be awesome. I gotta see that. I know there's a few guys that are a little older on the team. What's your biggest thing, having a like Carlos Rodriguez, like what's your having him on the team, what does he do for this pitching staff and like as a whole, just like his discipline and his hard work? Like what does he do for this team to come back another year after having Tommy John?
Carlos is a huge strength to this team, I would say. Even when he was out last year, he was like he had every excuse not to be in the weight room and not to be doing as much as he did, but he was still putting in an insane amount of work. Like I'd always see him in there, no matter what day it was. It felt like every day of the week he was in there putting in his work, which was awesome. I I don't know if I'd have the same work ethic that he did if I had a similar injury to him, which is I commend Carlos a lot. A really he's an awesome person, but he's an awesome player as well, and just an amazing work ethic. So I think he's gonna help. Um, he's gonna be an awesome like player coach this year. I feel like he's gonna play his game. He's gonna be awesome there, but he's definitely gonna show a lot of these younger guys how to do it the right way. Carlos has always been a kind of a lead by example. He's not. We both know he's not as big of a talker, so he definitely leads by example, which is awesome. I think if again, I haven't met a lot of the freshmen that are coming in this year, but I think that if Carlos keeps doing his thing, the right guys are going to follow him. And we're going to have a really good pitching staff this year.
Yeah, all the pitchers got to get ready. C-Rod's he's a workhorse. You better get to where he is. He's a workhorse. And when I mean workhorse, he's gonna be in the gym all day long. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Shout out C-Rod. But anyways, Gani, I got some funny questions for you here. What's been like your favorite, teammate moment so far in your 3 years at Lyndon?
Ooh, favorite teammate moment. I got a lot of them. Like honestly, every time I've caught in you was always a good experience. Like it was fun. I was trying to figure out how to strike guys out. That was always fun.
Yeah.
My sophomore year, we were at Umphy, and I was catching one of our pitchers, good friend of ours, Nate Bigelow, and
Biggie.
he was throwing a no hitter into the I believe I want to say it was into like the eighth inning or something like that. So being a part of that was really cool. I don't think he ended up getting the no hitter, but it was still pretty cool to watch him shove and just kind of like gain game plan around it and just try to figure out. Shoot, I think another good one, like my freshman year. Again, another guy from the podcast, Steve Frisha, was always kind of was always kind of there for me. Like again, he's a great
Yeah,
guy, and it's definitely like
yeah.
always nice, always willing to lend out a hand. And I look up to him a lot my freshman year. Again, he's helped out on the coaching staff the past 2 years, so being able to grow as a player and then have Steve kind of there with us, helping us out, has always been awesome. Um, yeah, no, I honestly I've had a great time at Lyndon, and there's so many different teammate moments I could pick. Um, yeah, no.
Who's your favorite teammate of all time at Lyndon?
Shoot.
You don't got to be biased. You don't have to say anybody you don't want to say. I won't take any offense to it.
There's been so many good ones. I definitely said I could pick so many different guys for this. Like you've always been there for me. Again, between like figuring out mechanics, just being there as a friend. Like you've always been awesome. Nate is again. We were in it together from the very beginning.
Oh,
Freshman year all the
bigs. Beer belly
yeah.
bigs, baby. Beer belly bigs.
No, we've always kind of been in the same boat together all the way through, which has been really awesome. Steve, again, awesome human being. Like he's always been like he was a great player, but he's even better person, just always
Yeah,
being there for us. Um, and even some of our younger guys now have been awesome. Like Carter, Sean, as much as I don't want to say his name, Tiki's always been the guy to be around.
OT.
Oh, Tiki. God, he's
OT.
awesome. So, but
We're gonna
no,
have some Sunday practices after 2 games again this year, Maddie, or what?
of course, it's in the way.
Better
But
hit those PFPs after practice.
of course. No, but we had a lot of great teammates. I've had a lot of great teammates. I've been blessed to have a lot of great teammates at Lyndon. Just kind of help me again, whether I've taken the older role or it was me as a younger player, kind of learning from older guys. But no, I would say I've had a great experience with my teammates, with all my teammates, like even the ones I didn't mention. Like another captain my freshman year, TJ Santel helped me. He helped. I needed him a lot my freshman year. Again, TJ was a strict captain my freshman year, and again, I need that kind of I need to be humbled a little bit my freshman year, and he did a great job at it. I remember there was a certain play. I think I got picked off at first base, and he chewed me out for it because I was in the wrong. Like I was lazy at first base and I got picked off, and he let me hear it afterwards, and I knew that because again, I don't think in high school no one ever talked to me if I messed up or I screwed up. So having that was awesome, and I needed that going into my sophomore year. So, but no, there were so many great guys, older and younger, that helped me out, and I've gotten really close to over the years. So yeah.
Where are we gonna see you on the diamond this year? Anywhere in particular, or you don't know yet?
Uh, I'm open to going anywhere. I would assume like we have a great catching duo this year between Austin and Carter, so I wouldn't expect much catching from me this year, but I'd always be open for it. I would assume again, I'll do whatever the team needs it, but I would assume outfield, possibly third base, something like that. But yeah, no,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, I got you for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I gotta, maybe Joe Throws will pull up maybe a guest appearance. I'll have me and Curl will have a little sit down. We'll talk it up during a little Lyndon baseball weekend series or something. We'll see. Only
Yeah.
time's right, but yeah, I mean, Maddie, I appreciate you hopping on, man. It's been a absolute ball. I don't really have much else for you unless you want to say some more, but obviously,
Uh,
great teammate of mine, great friend. We always kick it with the fellas, and appreciate you hopping on.
yeah, no, Joe, it's been an honor. Again, I'm always happy to chat ball when
Yeah,
Yankees,
yeah.
Red Sox, in the ball or
Hey,
whatever it
whoa,
is.
whoa, whoa. We don't want to get on that, huh?
I'll
All right, Maddie, I'll catch you, man.
see you, Joe.